Yeah.
All right, I've got 6 o'clock. Let's start it up. Welcome to the, what is today's date? The February 10th, 2022 school committee meeting. This meeting is being recorded. If anybody in the audience is recording, please let us know as well, so we can keep that on record. We'll start with the pledge of allegiance. Flag to my left, to the audience's right. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. First up, we have a vote to approve the minutes from January 13th, 2022, the open meeting session. Has everybody had a chance to look at those minutes?
Yes.
And do we have Kathleen via Zoom?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, she actually was not here for this, so I don't think she.
I wasn't there, but I did watch it, so I don't know what the rules are with that.
So you were on Zoom for that meeting?
I was not on Zoom. I watched it. I watched the recording after.
Okay, yeah, you'll have to abstain then, okay. Okay, so I would entertain a motion to approve the January 13th, 2022 open meeting minutes.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
all those in favor, Mrs. Gallagher,
Yes.
Mrs. Cohen,
Yes.
Mr. Sheedy,
Yes.
and Mr. Sabas is a yes, those are approved.
Mrs. Stern would be an abstention. That's 4-0.
Correct. That was 4-0 and 1 abstain, that's correct. Next up, we have warrants.
I've reviewed and approved the following warrants. School expense warrants, January 30th, 2022, $653,079.65. February 3rd, 2022, $425,974.89. And then school payroll warrants, January 13th, 2022, $1,216,790.92. January 14th, 2022, $360. And January 27th, 2022, $1,100,961.60. I wish to enter them into public record.
It's done. All right, next up, we have our student representative update. Do we have Zoe Malik?
Yep, we're here. Hi.
Zoe.
So this week we actually, because it's like we just had mid-years and it's kind of like half of the year is over, which is already kind of crazy. We did like a whole update on how all the schools have been doing. We got a response from everyone, so that was really great. And just some of the questions that we asked them, but also, or to ask the students, but also they could ask any other questions that they wanted. We asked, how has learning this school year been compared to past years? Is it nearly back to normal? What has changed from the start of this year to now? How do you feel about these changes? What do you hope will change within the second half of the year? And are there any favorite parts or highlights of this year that you'd like to share? So we just kind of left it pretty open for them to voice their opinions, what has been going on, what they like, what do they hope to change, that kind of stuff. And Malia's going to start with the JCS and what they thought.
Okay, hi guys. So we have kind of just like an assortment of different, like he had different kids respond to each set of questions. So we're starting off with, what do you hope will change within the second half of the year? And they said, I hope we don't have to wear masks and COVID goes away. Are there any favorite parts or highlights of this year you'd like to share? Being in the classroom using flexible seating and having a good teacher. How has learning this school year been compared to past years? Is it nearly back to normal? They said in first grade, it wasn't normal because we were hybrid. This year is more normal because we can actually be in school. No more cohorts this year, and we like that. What has changed from the start of this year to now? How do you feel about these changes? I noticed that we are learning more. My reading has improved. We have been learning more. What do you hope will change in the second half of the year again? Hope no more masks in the second half. No more masks in the second half of the year. No more masks means hearing each other better, and I'd like it to be quieter in the cafeteria. Are there any favorite parts or highlights of this year you'd like to share? They said seeing friends and teachers. They said that things are almost back to normal and that they love their teachers and friends. And then my favorite one is just what has changed from the start of this year to now? How do you feel about these changes? I have learned division. And Zoe's gonna do the LGN.
That's a nice one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the LGN is a little, just a little shorter. They asked the third graders and they said, they like doing math, they like reading. They like how lunch, the free ice cream they get that the PTC gives them for special events and listening to music when they earn it. And they earn it by filling up the school-wide Purple Heart jar. They like the field trip to Plymouth Plantation in October. They like the music from going to the Providence Bruins games and playing instruments and singing. For art, they like drawing and painting. They like coding for STEM. And gym, they like playing games and gymnastics. But overall, they really like their teachers. So they're having a good year, I guess. And Malia is doing the yell.
Okay, so what has changed from the start of this year to now? How do you feel about these changes? For this one, they said that the work is getting harder, but they feel like they understand how to go about figuring it out. They are engaged in some positive educational struggles and figuring out the strategies on how to solve their own problems. They talked about how they have gotten to know their teachers better and their friends in their classes more. They talked about how amazed they are that we are halfway through the year already. For what they hope will change within the second half of the year, they hope to be able to pick their lunchroom tables from any homeroom, and they're looking forward to the end of the year activities. Are there any favorite parts or highlights of this year you'd like to share? And for this one, they said that Boosterthon is freshest in their head, so a lot of them mentioned how they enjoyed the glow run and the booster people. Um, famous, I think I'm saying this right, famous Seamus and Slam Dunk Danny being around the school to have fun with them and help teach the character traits they learn from their videos. They like getting to know their teachers, and a couple mentioned our LLT or RTI block as something they have enjoyed being a part of, getting to know other staff members to lead their group aside from their classroom teacher. And Zoe's doing the middle school.
Yep, the middle school, they were very opinionated. It was all through 6 through 8 from the student council kids. So they wrote up each what they thought about the questions. So here are just some of the, just a few highlights. They said, learning is different because now we can actually do more fun things and we are in school. Most people that I know had a hard time doing school online, so it is way better than past years. I feel like the changes have been better, but I'm still hoping to get these masks off soon. I think the only difference this year with learning is masks. I think if we had a dance, it would be a big attraction and everyone would love it. COVID has definitely changed a lot, but I think we are getting better as the school to manage the issues. The thing that changed from the start of the year to now that is that at the beginning of the year, we could not do different things that we wanted to because of COVID, but now we can, and it makes the school have a better overall spirit. And I hope that we can get the school involved with more things because I know a lot of people don't like school, but we can make it better and more fun. I think contact tracing is a major change that made the biggest positive impact. This allows us to do so much more in terms of sports, clubs, and just school-related events. And lastly, I hope that nothing changes really because I feel really safe with the masks and the social distancing happening. So there's a kind of a wide range of responses from one side to the other side, but they like what they're doing so far, so that's pretty positive. And then we have a little bit more from the high school.
Okay, so how has learning this school year been compared to past years? Being in person has been great. It has almost been back to normal and closer to what they remember. Ninth graders were also very excited about switching classes, being able to take electives, and having more freedom. For what has changed from the start of this year, they said that they were excited about lunch tables inside, which differed from the desks that we used to have and the outdoor seating earlier in the year. Students had more opportunities to work in groups as the year went on. They were able to have hard copies of assignments again, like paper copies, and able to drink water in classes. What they hope will change within the second half of the year is that students wanted to have a later start time, senior privileges like late arrival for the seniors, and no masks, and particularly no masks for sports anymore. For any highlights that they had for the year, several said that the hallway decorating was awesome and the highlight of the year. Being able to go to Friday night football games again and the winter sports, like I know basketball is big right now, and getting to reconnect with friends who used to be remote or in different classes last year. So we have a pretty wide range of things from all the schools, but we just kind of wanted to do sort of like a, mid-year like check-in type of thing, how everyone's doing. But I think that's all from us. If Zoe doesn't have anything else to add.
Yep, that's it for me too.
All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Some good stuff.
I have a couple of questions, if possible.
Sorry, guys.
First of all, kudos to JCS for division, because that is certainly not easy. When she said something about the high school ninth graders couldn't take electives last year, is that what she said?
No, it's they meant like ninth graders are excited about taking electives because they were eighth graders last year and just had to take standard classes.
Oh, okay. All right. Thanks. I was a little confused on that. And then can you read again? You said something about the Yale. The positive thing was the struggles they're finding, that they're able to handle them better because they're in school. Is that what you said?
Yeah, they said that they said that they feel like their work is getting more difficult as, they're getting older and stuff, but they feel like being in person has allowed them to better learn how to handle their own struggles, which I think was cute.
Not only cute, but so important, because that's why we fought for everybody to be in school as opposed to remote from the very beginning. So thanks for pointing that out.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
Anyone else have any comments or questions? So my apologies, I should have answered like that. Okay, all right, thanks, guys, appreciate it. Next up, we're going to move to the vote to approve the graduation date change on the school calendar.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, as you know, you control the calendar of the school committee. Xfinity Center has been our location until COVID hit, and we did it at Norton High School. We're recommending, after working with the Xfinity Center and getting a new date, we cannot get the 3rd, which has been our traditional graduation, because they have concerts coming in. As you probably could guess, they've lost millions upon millions of dollars. So they were willing to work with us. There is a new fee charge for this contract, which we never had a traditional contract with a fee from Xfinity. But we'll deal with that, or have dealt with that already. And so the recommendation is to graduation to Thursday, June 2nd at the Xfinity Center, which brings us full circle to what the tradition has been for us. Okay.
But just a couple of quick comments on this. The first is going to be, I think there was a sense that that this has gotten kind of forgotten or tossed to the wayside, and I know that that was not true. I know you guys were working on it, and I know that there were a lot of hurdles on this. One of them was being charged by Xfinity, and I want to say I'm not thrilled about the charge. However, at the same time, I kind of get it. I'm sure those guys are absolutely willing. 2 years of not having concerts, and it's difficult for them to sit there and still make no money. And I get that they have concerts on Friday night. It's probably a popular night to have concerts. So while I'm not thrilled about the fee, and I hope that in the future we can go back to no fee, I do understand it. I'm glad that we were able to work something out. I know it's important to a lot of people. So kudos to you and to Mr. Dolman's team for taking care of that. Appreciate that.
So does this affect that senior week timeline with the awards
No,
and all that?
No, it puts it more back to back in some cases, but because we typically wouldn't do something on Thursday night or Friday now. But there's a calendar of events that's already been sent out to the seniors. Brings it back to the very traditional pre-COVID times versus what we had to do with the class of 21 and the class of 20. And with everything kind of changing as per the discussion we're going to have later tonight, I think it's even probably going to have some more flexibility. They get out because of final exams, they get out before Memorial Day. So they get a nice break in there in some of the events that we go through. The prom is earlier this year. It's April 8th, I believe. So that's pretty significant. That in itself was quite the accomplishment because of the up-team dates and locations that everybody's fighting for. Hence the reason why it ended up April 8th. We were trying to find places. They're not sure if they're going to be open. They're not sure if they can be open. They're not sure if they have to follow certain state rules or not. They don't know if they have the manpower. So we finally got a good date. It's at Lombardo's on April 8th. But again, it's earlier than typical for us, just as an example, which is, I don't think a bad thing.
And this will be just graduation, because I know last year we combined the awards.
Yeah, this will be,
Graduation.
yep, we'll go
I
to,
think the awards went right over a lot of people's.
right, so we'll have an awards night, and then graduation is at Xfinity in the traditional, prior to 2020.
And there won't be any attendance restrictions because it's back. in-
Currently, there are no restrictions at all at that facility, as you know, or you may know. We don't foresee it, but again, those would be regulations. We'd have to follow their rules at their place. Right now, those aren't in place at all. I mean, if they're planning for wide open concerts on June 3rd, I'm going to hope they're going to allow us to bring as many people as we can for June 2nd. Right. Okay. I do need a vote.
Does anyone else have any questions or comments on that? No. Kathleen, anything? No. Okay, in that case, I would entertain a motion to move our graduation date from June 3rd to June 2nd of 2022 to be held at the Xfinity Center.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
all those in favor, Mrs. Stern,
Yes.
Gallagher,
Yes.
Mrs. Cohen,
Yes.
Mr. Sheedy,
Yes.
and Mr. Sabas is a yes as well, unanimous 5-0. Okay, next up, we have the second reading and the vote on Section D, a revised fiscal policy.
Mr. Chairman, we went through the first reading of the process of policies in place as recommended. We have we took out all of the recommendations that were made by the committee. We struck out the regional language that was in there, and we added the language on the town charter.
And,
When did I miss?
well, no, you know what, I missed it actually, and I'm surprised I missed this. So on file D1, fiscal accounting and reporting. Just go, yeah, I wish these had pages or something. You know, it's towards the end. Okay.
Got it?
All right, the second paragraph, the accounting system used will conform with the Uniform Massachusetts accounting system, as well as good accounting practices. Good accounting practices isn't a thing. It should actually be the GAAP, generally accepted accounting principles, and it's funny because in the next one, the next page, they actually use GAAP as what should be done.
How would you like it worded?
So it should be, if you look at the file DIE audits, the next page, and that's, is it? In the first paragraph, the review shall be conducted in accordance with the generally accepted accounting principles. That is the correct term to use. They're not good accounting principles.
General?
Or good accounting. Generally accepted accounting principles is an actual term. They call it GAAP. And it's how they're supposed to do any accounting. It should always be a GAAP.
Generally
Accepted accounting principles. Yeah. Yeah, so strike good accounting practices and use generally accepted accounting principles.
It is the second reading, so tonight you do vote on it unless you have any.
And that's all I have. So if nobody else does.
No, that's it.
Kathleen, you have anything? No.
No.
Okay, with that strike and revision, I would entertain a motion to approve the revised fiscal policies.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
all those in favor, Mrs. Stern,
Yes.
Mrs. Gallagher,
Yes.
Mrs. Cohen,
Yes.
Mr. Sheedy,
Yes.
Mr. Savas, yes, 5-0 unanimous. Okay, next up, we have to review the 2022-2023 school calendar.
All right, thank you, everyone. So as is practice, the school committee votes the calendar each year. What we have in front of you tonight is a very typical calendar for Norton. It has our staff returning prior to Labor Day with our traditional Welcome Back Day and Staff Professional Development Day on August 30th and 31st, which means the first day for students in grades 1 through 12 would be Tuesday, September 6th, with our kindergarten students returning on the Wednesday the 7th and the first day for Little Lancers preschool on Thursday, the 8th. That is our typical model, and that we've done for the last several years. The 6th is the state primary election as well. It does impact the middle school, but we're not expecting it to be too much of an issue at this time. However, we do also have on Tuesday, November 8th, that is the state election day. So it's on the calendar as a day off. However, we are looking at options in terms of allowing students to come to school because it only does impact just Norton Middle School. We would much prefer to have students in school and be able to work around it if we can. So we'll be working closely with the town hall to see if we can make that happen. So if we were to go to school on November 8th, our last day of school would be June 14th, which is a Wednesday with no snow days. Adding in our 5 snow days by statute would bring us to Thursday, June 22nd. The start and end days are pretty set in stone. We do have some early release days that may be subject to change. We're looking at our elementary parent conferences that would like to move up earlier in the year. So that's a placeholder at this point.
So that if we get into multiple snow days, we couldn't come on the 19th.
We cannot, it's a federal holiday.
The other thing that's not on here is mid-year and final exams, because I informed you, I'm not putting those on the calendar until we get some data from the high school.
We know it was a big conversation at our last meeting.
We anticipate that data coming to you next month.
And I think I've asked this before, but Wednesday, September 7th, that's not a holiday?
It is not.
Should be.
Is it your birthday?
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute, I gotta think about
I ask
this.
this every
It's
year.
also my sister's birthday, so I'm with Dinesh.
Anybody else? Anybody else?
Mine's
Well, I
the
mean-
4th.
And it's the weekend, so we don't have
We
to.
might as well not come at all, so we're gonna play that game.
For these
Jen,
parts.
can I just ask a quick question? So, I've often asked about March having some time off, which I think over the past couple of years you've done so nicely, and I appreciate that. So you had made a comment that you may be looking at those half days being earlier. Would they be the March half days that potentially won't happen?
No, so right now, our elementary conferences are aligned with our report card.
Okay. so
We
when
do
is-
trimesters at the elementary level, so the first parent conference doesn't happen until December.
Mhm.
And I think for both staff and for families, we find it's really late to start having those conversations. So we have, we're going to be pulling together a report card committee, number one, to refresh our report card, and number two, to look at some of those practices. So ideally, what we would like to do is perhaps move conferences to the midpoint of that first trimester. So you're maybe seeing families in late October instead of mid-December.
So it would be kind of like that December 15th is.
Yes, that one would likely disappear. The March days probably would not.
Okay,
They would probably stay the same.
thank you.
You know, one other question, I have absolutely no problem with this, I'm just curious.
Mhm.
January 2nd, we have on, is that?
It's observed because the holiday falls
Okay.
on
All right. So
the Sunday.
It's the makeup of the I got you.
Yes.
I thought that might be what it was, but I just wanted to ask.
Yeah.
Same as this, yeah. It fell on- Actually, it fell on Saturday. I see it in a couple of.
I'm trying to remember, did I get the day?
You probably had Friday off. So typically if the federal holiday falls on a Saturday, it's observed on a Friday.
Well,
And
yours
it's
is
observed on.
different though, because you can't do it in that current year. That's why we had it on.
Okay, so,
Oh, okay.
That's why it had to be just January 3rd for
I
a
kind
lot of companies.
okay.
So otherwise you get
You
into,
might have gotten the shout. You'll have to go back and look.
Not the first time, not the last.
I just wanted also, just to note, one of the reasons why November 8th is probably going to come back as a recommendation, is we've been pretty successful in the middle school situation with the election, because the gym is the outer gym, it's not an inside gym, where you can come in. And working with the NPD, we're usually, and the town clerk, we're usually pretty good about getting the right manpower to make sure that things are as tight as possible. The other thing too is that same week is Veterans Day at the end of the week.
Yeah.
And so that would be a real hardship on our families as well, in terms of 2 days of no school instead of just one. Both of them very important days. Veterans Day, many of us are very important, both for all of us, but the impact on families is pretty significant if you have another day during that week off.
Right.
Was it the national election when it was held at the high school that we had trouble?
Yeah, it was the,
Just because it can't
it
be
was
controlled.
2016, and the issue is the gym at the high school is an internal gym.
Yeah.
And, you know, elections can be, very contentious and, we're finding people walking upstairs because they haven't seen the new building. And, and all of that, so it caused a lot of angst. So that's the reason why the outer gym is one entrance by the gym locker rooms that can be protected, and the one by the entranceway, which is only used in some instances by folks that need wheelchair access. There's a side entrance for that too. So we'll bring this back at the March meeting. And hopefully have some more information.
Okay.
All right, does anybody have any other questions? No, okay, if there are no questions, I would entertain a motion.
Oh, we're gonna, this is just for information.
Vote next
I'll
time.
entertain no motion.
No motion.
Okay, next up, we have a review and vote on the coordinator of the health services pre-K through 12 position.
So you have a job description that I've worked out. As you know, we have 7 nurses. We would be pushing one of our 7 nurses into this position. This is a Unit A position at the NTA. This is not just about COVID. I just want to be really careful about that, that this doesn't, in many ways, doesn't even have anything to do with what we've gone through. This is the number of visits and issues that we're having with students with significant medical conditions, and trying to organize ourselves in a way that's more efficient, better supportive for families, more communication around some of those critical issues of students' individual health. And then we would still have the floating nurse and then 5 directly assigned. The floating nurse would probably do most of their work at the JCS because it's the school where with the preschool, we have a lot of medical. That nurse starts earlier in the day and gets a stipend for that because the pre-K starts earlier than the regular hour with JCS. So we're excited about this. It's currently in our budget because it doesn't require any money. Funding because we're using one of our current people. The only new money would be the 10 extra days. It works 182 plus up to 10, and that would be under the coordination of Vinnie Cercia, Director of DPS.
So it's the same pay scale.
Same pay scale, show the job title change and extra days. So there's no significant impact on the FY23 budget either. So it's not a new position, it's just changing and then making sure that the Teachers Association and you have seen the job description and that this is the job. And of course, subject to change, we actually, typically we don't have the phrase assume other duties between the NTA and my office because that's going to be a little contentious, but because this is so new, we'll frame it out for you over the course of the next probably 12 to 24 months. Doesn't require a vote. Quick
question. So we're voting on this because this is one of the few things that we actually by law vote on. Is that correct?
Correct. You vote on job descriptions as either part of a contract. This is separate. Typically, you would just be voting it under the regular 3-year agreement. It would be in there as a new. In this particular case, we want to start this now or as soon as possible. So therefore,
How long in paying that? This is essentially a head nurse.
Yeah. So we
Head
currently
nurse,
have.
you and
right.
the business director, 3 days a week.
Right, so the correct, and you've already appointed that person as a nurse, so you would be appointing the coordinator and moving that person once we appoint that person, because you have the right under the business manager. Business manager as a recommendation, school nurses direct, doctors direct, and I'm direct, so those are 3 people, and then assistant superintendent, everybody else is for my recommendation.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions on it? Kathleen, any questions? Okay, I would entertain a motion to approve the description and position of coordinator of health services pre-K through 12. So moved. Second,
Second,
all those in favor, Mrs. Stern,
Yes.
Mrs. Gallagher,
yes.
Mrs. Cullen,
Yes.
Mr. Sheedy,
Yes.
Mr. Salas. Yes, that is 5 out of 8. Okay, that is all we have on the agenda. We'll move to other business, which is topics not reasonably anticipated 48 hours in advance.
Mr. Chairman, through you, as you know, I communicated with legal counsel based on finding the very framework that you just noted, which is topics not reasonably anticipated 48 hours in advance. Per legal counsel's advice, the current topics are considered to be that, and that is the vote to rescind the current Norton Public Schools School Committee policy on masking requirements in schools per the announcement by the governor and Desi on Tuesday.
Yes.
Your policy is actually has a line, as you know, that actually at the bottom reads, and gave you copies. The line actually reads, this policy will remain in place until rescinded by the school committee. It's one of your only policies that has that. The clarity of the numbers, information, are that the governor and the commissioner, through all of their different data. Our data is quite good. We did have, as you know, a spike when we came back in January. Not sure what's going to happen in February, but I think we'll just deal with it like we have in the past. And we are doing all of the other things. The cleaning will continue, the filter changes will continue. The test and stay, test at home will continue. The potential for test and stay, if needed medically, as determined by a nurse, can be done with prior parental permission for the regulations. So at this time, the recommendation is to rescind, and on the 28th, we come back from vacation. We have next week, come back from vacation with no masking, optional. Anyone who wants to wear a mask may wear a mask. We do have families that have reached out, I know to you guys and to me, about those types of situations. My own concern in my community, if you vote positively today, my communication to families will be the same one I gave to the staff yesterday. Pending your vote, I did communicate with the staff, simply stating to the staff that issues of bullying, harassment around masking will not be tolerated. We haven't had that issue. I don't anticipate that issue. But we want to make sure that families are talking to kids, that some kids may choose to do so, and some kids are celebrating. I'm going to guess in some of our schools, it's going to be pretty significant number of people not wearing a mask, choosing not to wear it. We do have some pregnant staff. We do have some significant children with medical issues in staff. Those are individual choices that those folks will make. So the light at the end of the tunnel seems like, I guess we can say, is closer than it's been before. And we'll see where it goes. I did speak to the Board of Health agent, our director. We spoke Tuesday afternoon. He's in support of this change. I believe, I don't want to quote him, but I believe he's going to be making the same recommendation to town buildings because the numbers in one continue to decline. And Bristol County actually continue to decline. So your county area is actually one of the lowest recently. So that's the big story. Our vaccination rates, I can tell you for students, the JCS is the lowest, but that's because we have about 100 students that can't be vaccinated, and the regulation is to count. So we're ranging right now for students on a low of 28% to as high as 74% at the high school. And we just put out an attestation requirement to all employees to report as well. So that'll give us just more data if in fact there is a spike or a situation that we can actually talk about that, most of our schools have it or don't have it. The protocols are still in place as recommended. That would mean parents working with our school nurses in terms of child is sick, it's kind of like a flu situation, reporting it, following the days and protocols. So that's where we're at.
Right. So I do want to just amend what you said slightly.
Sure.
Masks are still required, no matter what the vote is tonight, on buses.
Yes, I was going to finish with that.
Just so everybody understands, that does not fall under our jurisdiction. So you may not like it, but it does not fall under our jurisdiction. It's a federal.
Correct. I am hearing this afternoon that as early as next week, we may be hearing about that as well. That was on a different call that I took.
Until we do.
Until we do, the federal government has not done that. The CDC has come out and said that they don't support, that this is, what I think the phrase was, too early. So that could be the reason why we don't see it, but we're hearing rumblings that the federal guideline on buses will be required. So kids will take in the bus, will have to have their mask. As soon as they get off the bus, they can put it in whatever they want to. They can throw it out and get a new one on the way out if they want. Preferably not, because that'll slow down the buses in the afternoon for the record. And walk into the building with or without a mask.
All right, we'll open it up to comments. Yeah, do you guys have
I
any?
just have two things I want to say. I think it's important to note too that, because some comments have been made, that we as a school committee in Norton have watched our numbers in our, not only in our schools, but in our community since the start of this pandemic. So we don't just make these decisions, be like, oh, hey, maybe it's time, maybe it's not. We have literally, I've done calculations myself to see what our numbers have been through this entire pandemic. So I just want people to realize we're making decisions based on the numbers in our community. And the second point that I want to make is, with all of this happening, I think that if the MIAA doesn't come out with some kind of a statement soon, that we need, I'm sorry, Joe, we need to start pushing them.
Okay, so,
I actually meant to ask.
I agree.
so we, there's probably, I know there are folks here tonight on this issue. There's, when it comes to the athletic situation, I'm just trying to figure this out. I know that the MIAA quote controls the rules and regulations of the sport, but I control the building.
Right.
You control the building. So this is going to be some pushback as school committees right now start to vote on this. Now, we only have a couple more weeks of indoor sports, and then we're going to be outside, and it's kind of almost irrelevant. I don't know why I really don't know why, and I'm not trying to get people all, going on this, but I don't know why we're waiting. There should be a clear statement. It's my understanding it's coming because there's a lot of us making those phone calls because we started to hear from our athletic directors and our principals. So I'm hoping that, by the time we come back, we still have a few games going on and tournaments and stuff like that we can get there. But
So are we able to vote tonight then to make a decision for our own athletes for sports?
currently you're not because you're under the MIAA auspices for athletics. That's the question that I asked. Now, I do think, you won't be required to come back to take another vote because of that, so that's a good thing. I think the issue here is the continuity between all of the Tri-Valley leagues. For example, you could have, the city of Boston just announced with its public schools that it's going to continue to mask. There's going to be a number of other school systems whose school committees are going to vote to continue to mask. So I think that's some of the reasons why they're probably trying to make a decision. If they throw it back to us, it's simple. I don't need a school committee vote. I can just simply say, school committee's already voted. It's intent of this. What we're hearing is that major metropolitan areas are going to continue masking for different reasons, different numbers, different data, different philosophy. I'm hoping that by tomorrow we get something from the MIAA because there's been a lot of phone calls, a lot of emails, and a lot of requests to get it on the table because most school committees are trying to get this done by no later than next Monday or Tuesday. So that not only they can inform parents, we are going to have parents that are going to celebrate this. We're going to have parents who are going to ask for, how are you keeping my child safe? And we have to address those. And we're all trying to do it before everybody goes home next Friday after school for the break, so that we have all of those answers addressed for regardless of the question for parents.
So a scenario where this came up with some of the Tri-Valley partners limiting like in-person spectators. So if the MIAA in their infinite wisdom says, follow local protocols, which is probably they're out. If we go to a town that decides to keep it safe, for example, Ashland says, we're keeping our mask mandate.
Right.
Which process do our athletes follow?
They would follow,
The
they would
MIAA?
follow wherever they're playing. They follow the home. So if you remember, and I think Sherry knew a little bit more than the rest of you, but I believe I communicated with the rest of the committee. When the Tri-Valley League was talking about no fans, it was two districts, Norton was one of them, where our principal and our athletic director voted no. We want to allow for fans. Whoever wants to come watch can watch. We did have originally a outsider entrance and an inside. In other words, Norton folks come through this entrance and leave through this entrance, and guests come through this one, that one, just to keep people apart. Because they typically stay apart when they sit in the stands anyways. And we originally lost the vote and were being forced to go to that. And then thanks to Aaron Sumner, he called and said, listen, my school committee is going to go berserko if they can't allow for fans to come. That's a direct quote.
Yeah.
Because he
He's
was how
right.
you guys stood. And then, so about 2 hours later, if you remember my email sequence, 2 hours later, that everything had changed. And we were allowed to do what we wanted to do, as long as those other communities were allowed to do what they wanted to do. And then, I don't want to lie, 10 days later, that went out the window.
Right, everyone allowed fans.
And everybody allowed fans.
So I don't want to harp on the point, but because this is our only meeting before things start to change, I just think it's worth saying again, because if, the 28th, we end, if masks are no longer, or they're optional. I don't know what words to use anymore, if they're optional. We have parents walking in with no masks on, but yet our athletes are still masked. I just don't understand, if it's our buildings, why aren't we taking control of our buildings and not allowing the MIAA to do this?
I think the issue would be a couple different things, and just the issue would be that if we want to make sure that the league is aligned, that's actually more as important, because we don't want to get into this, our kids show up and they're not allowed to. That actually happened with one particular game where fans weren't allowed in at all, because that community wasn't allowing fans to come in at all from the outside. So I think it's more of a league. I can absolutely make sure the athletic director is putting out his feelers tomorrow. We expect the MIAA to announce something. It's got to be sooner than later. They can't just put their head under.
Yeah, they have to do something, but it's just silence. So I don't just like to sit and wait for people. I just like to be proactive, since we won't be meeting again, but
I'm happy to continue to make the calls and
I think
requests.
since we don't have to vote on it, in the past, the MIAA has just sent out a press release and then it changes. They don't have any localcy to their process. They just post it online and say, oh yeah, you guys are all set. So I mean,
I'm just
we
saying,
don't
why
have
are
to
we
vote on
waiting? And I'm not saying for us to vote. I'm just saying, why are we waiting? It's our buildings, it's our students, but that's just me. I'll stop now.
I have one question about, I saw on the Boston Globe, 41 or 42 towns already don't have to wear masks. Is that because they reached their 80% goal?
That's correct. Yes.
And there was a number of other ones who were going through the application process as well.
And those applications, as of Tuesday's announcement, are no longer being reviewed and no longer being accepted by DESI. In other words, the 28th is the day we're not going to take the representative down. So you know what, is it perfect? No. Does it move us in the direction that I think most people want? Yes. We've had discussions with our employees, as I said yesterday. I sent out a communication to the employees. I will be meeting with the Teachers Association, everybody, to just kind of discuss what we discussed here tonight, next week. So they hear from me directly. We are still, again, sticking to our protocols for cleaning and all of that, which, to be quite honest, is probably something that will continue for a long time, even during flu seasons. It'll be a good thing, depending on what happens in the next few months with this strange situation. And then lastly, I think, and as important, is just going back to recognizing that this does mean different things for different people, including the adults that work in this district, who have significant medical issues. And so you may have a teacher that is wearing a mask. You may have a custodian. Everybody knows I have an autoimmune issue. Being around sick people is not something that I like to do, so I may, but it's an individual choice at this time, starting on the 20th.
I think that's one of my points, and I think I sent this in an email. Much like people's vaccination status, it's nobody's business but their own. If a child is choosing to wear a mask or staff is choosing to wear a mask, it frankly is nobody else's business why they are. And I said this through you, I expect our building leaders to not enhance discipline, but pass out discipline if it becomes an issue that kids that are wearing it have the absolute choice to do so. If that's what.
Yeah, I think there's a couple of things that we have to, as you guys know, I'm a former building principal. I have no intentions of having my administrators babysitting, are you masked and not masked? This is an honor system. The goalposts are constantly being moved. We're not walking up to kids. We haven't until now. We're not starting on the 28th, walking up to kids and saying, I know or don't know, or are you or aren't you? We're not doing that. It's not fair. I don't think it's legal. I actually know it's not legal. And lastly, it's cumbersome upon you know, my kid decides to wear it because she's wearing it, she'll wear it. We have a couple of issues of significant medical issues with families we're gonna have to really do our due diligence around. But it's the return to the most normalcy that we've seen. And, you know, on March 13th, it'll be 2 years, you know, so it's, at least we beat that date, I guess. So that's the, you know, we can take that policy if you rescind it tonight and have a big bonfire with it.
Okay. Shannon, I'm gonna put you on the spot and certainly feel free to decline. But I don't know if you want to say anything before we move forward here. And if you don't, that's absolutely fine. I apologize for putting you on the spot. You certainly don't have to. I think we've talked about this at this point too.
Yeah. No, and I'll just say Joe kind of already said it. I'm Shannon Taylor, President of the Norton Teachers Association. Joe already said it. We're meeting with our members next week, so I don't want to get too far involved in this. But what I really want to do right now is thank everyone in the buildings, everything they've done, top to bottom, for the past 2 years. And what they're going to continue to do through what could, for some people, feel like a pretty messy March, a difficult time. The educators in this district are just phenomenal. What everyone has done, from our custodians, our food service. I mean, think about what our food service providers were doing over the summer, providing food and all that. It's difficult to navigate right now for everybody. We've had kind of people here and there saying where they're at. Some people are happy, like Joe has said. Some people are nervous. I think as long as we continue with the relationships that we have our labor management committee that meets every week. We're going to continue to talk about things that are coming up. We've had really great, collaboration, conversations about this. That's what we're looking for is just a continuation of, that. And I think I just want to make sure that I take the time to thank my members and thank you all for the work that you've done, Dr. Baeta, especially. We got messages last night based on the message you sent to us about how supported people feel and that they are very happy to work in this district, knowing that he has been our leader throughout this. And I personally thanked him as well, and I can publicly thank him as well, that I would not have been able to do my job to help everyone in this community the past 2 years if it was not for Dr. Baeta and the collaboration we have with you guys. I'm sorry, I tried to stay, I tried to keep my anxiety down, but I'm just really proud of Norton, and I'm proud of what we've done. So I know, like Joe had said, the next month is not going to be particularly easy. It's going to be hard. There's going to be bumps. There's going to be questions. We're going to have to answer them. But as long as we can work together collaboratively, I think that's the best thing that we can do.
Well said.
Very much.
Thank you.
So I'll just echo the sentiment. Thanks. I want to thank everybody from Dr. Baeta, right down the line to the frontline guys, everybody, teachers, et cetera. There was a coach, and I think the name is escaping me now, but he said one time, he said, I'd love to have a guy who can strike out every hitter and hit a home run every time they go to the plate. Problem is, I can't get him to come out of the stands and do it. The point of it is, it's really easy to sit in cheap seats and judge how people are doing their job. It's a lot harder when you're actually in the thick of it. A lot of people are having enough trouble dealing with their own stuff here, let alone 2,000 plus people, whether they be employees, students, et cetera. So I think it was a tremendous job. She pointed out almost 2 years. Is it going to be perfect? No, it never is. It's just, that's the way life is. Life is messy sometimes. But I think on the whole, I think the district of Norton did a damn good job, quite frankly. So my thank you and my commitments to everybody involved in this. I don't know if anybody else has any.
If I remember correctly, Dinesh, when I was on a call 2 years ago with Joe and he said he was going to cancel school for 2 weeks. I called you after and you were like, why 2 weeks? Like, why not a week?
I thought it was crazy. I said, this will be over in a week. I said, 1 week, this will be over.
So it's interesting that you say that because
It was pretty
if you remember, it was
funny.
North Attleboro that's only did 1 week and we started to do 2 weeks. And by the time we made the call for 2 weeks, we already knew the governor was going to be shutting us down for 3 weeks. And then that became,
Yeah.
like it or not, agree with it or not, it's what happened.
Right.
I think
2 weeks, 2 years, whatever, Dinesh, right? You were just a little off.
the,
Maybe I said one, not week, just one. I
don't
didn't
play the
say
lottery.
very nice.
I think it's, I hope that as we see the end of the light of this situation, that the returning to the teaching and learning that we know and are trained to do becomes the daily routine and not addressing every decision that you make about COVID, positive or negatively, depending on who's receiving the message. That's what I hope to do in terms of this. It's also important to get a feel, and one of the things I think we want to do with our students as we return to this new normal is get a feel from our students. You heard tonight some varied comments. I don't know if it's a significant number of kids that have some questions or a significant number of kids that are celebrating. I know there's going to be more that are quote celebrating this than not. I know that. I live with one. But I also think that our student leaders will be important in kind of helping to guide us with some of these day-to-day situations and what takes place. So just be mindful of that. I think we want to make sure that we have our student body involved. With the younger kids, it's harder. We'll utilize parents in most cases. That's what we do. But with that older population of students, I can have an advisory board meeting and talk to kids and say, tell me what's going on, how you feeling about it, as an advisory committee versus really it's harder to do that with the younger kids.
I think the mental health of our students is always on the forefront of all of our minds. So I think that as all of this plays out, we deal with the kids who may not feel as safe as masks are being moved everywhere. And we also focus on our kids that this has been a pretty traumatic 2 years. We have a lot of cleanup to do with our kids, a lot.
I think it's important for the public that's here tonight and those that are listening in, and I know that the association knows this and my staff knows this. Earlier this week, I, through the chair, through a comment of one of you folks who basically said, we need something before, we need a decision before we break for vacation, right? We can't be putting this decision. So as you guys know, as Dinesh knows, I called and said, my school committee believes, as I do, that none of our families should be going away. None of my employees should be going away. And with all due respect, I shouldn't have to take my vacation time, which I was planning to do something, and have to worry about what's going to happen on the 28th or the 1st or whatever the date was. So I'm glad we're here. I support the change and let's do it.
Any other comments or questions? Okay. Very briefly, I just want to make a couple of comments. I want to just say what this vote potentially is. And that is, it's a vote to rescind the current mask mandate. Masks are certainly still optional. That's what this vote is, and I believe, if I remember reading it correctly, it is not predicated on being vaccinated or unvaccinated. It is masks are optional.
That is correct. There is the protocols are still suggesting if you're not vaccinated, please wear a mask. But there, like I said earlier, there is nobody at the door saying, are you or aren't you? The doors are open. You choose what you want. You come in regardless if you're a visitor and or a student.
So that's what it is. What it is not, as Joe started to point out, is it is not a change to our protocols within the building with respect to cleaning, et cetera. All of that stuff stays in place. We're still very cognizant of the fact that there's a health issue here. And it is not a change again in the protocol for the buses unless that should come down from the federal level.
That's correct.
Would we have to vote on any changes for the buses?
On the federal level, you do not. That is a top-down decision.
So
That's a good thing.
that is what it is not. Here is what I hope this is. I hope this is a moment that we can get away from, I guess, what has been a schism over the, I guess, recent history. It would be nice if we kind of use this moment to kind of come back together. Joe mentioned earlier that there'll be people celebrating this decision, and that's fine. I asked them to be respectful about it and realize that there are other people out there for whom this decision actually is a health issue. So please be respectful of that. And again, hopefully this is something that kind of brings us back together and reminds us who we are. Again, we're all Americans. We're all here for the same thing, for our own happiness, our family's happiness, our friends, et cetera. So please be respectful of people as we move forward with this. I am going to open up the floor for comment from the audience. I'm going to allow brief comment, and it has to be on topic. I am asking people, please do not make me regret doing this. All right? We have talked about this for 2 years. I almost guarantee you there will be no new information coming out and anybody who's going to make a comment. I believe that most, if not all, of the school committee members have decided on how they're going to vote. But I appreciate the fact that people came out, so I do want to allow people to speak. Is there anybody who would like to speak?
And that's before you open it to the.
I'm sorry, I'm closing it.
Sorry, before you open it to the floor, I just wanna, there is a question. Sorry, everybody.
She becomes a doctor now.
There's a question that what is the plan if the numbers jump back up after the break and when masks come back? So I just want to.
I can take that. So right now, the feeling is that the data would lead to some type of decision, either the local level to the Board of Health and the Mass Department of Public Health. I just don't think that there's a number out there that's been calculated to any of us. Just so that you know, our buildings right now with our students and staff, it's like 0.0000012. I mean, it's like 6 decimal points. It's almost, even though it's like 15, 16, it's still so small when you take 400 employees and 2,400 kids.
Right.
So I just don't see that happening. When I talked to Christian, our Board of Health Director, he wasn't seeing town numbers either. So the answer would be, at this time, there has not been a discussion about if there is a spike to be returned in some way, shape, or form. That just hasn't been.
And I will say, I would hope, and one of my biggest issues with this, particularly people who are saying it's not right to do it yet again, et cetera. I would hope that there was some metric basis there rather than just, well, we feel like it's okay or not okay. One of my biggest problems with this all along has been the lack of any kind of clarity with respect to when were masks not going to be required, when are they required, et cetera. There should be something in place. There should be something data driven. I feel like this process was not at all.
Well, the whole thing.
And I'm not saying that we never should have had masks on. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that it never felt data driven to me, quite frankly. I knew that they gave us data, but they didn't really tell me what that data meant with respect to where I should be on this spectrum of having masks. So it's just a general comment. Okay. Any other
I'm
questions?
good. I'm gonna,
Okay, all right, I will open it up to, again, very brief. I'm going to try and keep it to a minute a speaker. Is there anybody who would like to speak? Yes, ma'am. And when you go up to speak, just state your name for the record, please. I'm super nice. You can be really comfortable talking to me.
Hi, my name is Emma and I'm 6 years old. It is really hard for me to wear a mask at school for many hours every day. It tickles under my eyes and it is really hard to breathe, especially when I have to wear a mask while exercising in the gym. Last year, I even had to wear a mask outside at recess. I wanted to breathe fresh air, but I couldn't. The mask makes it really hard for people to understand me, and I have to keep repeating myself over and over. And it is hard to hear my teacher too. All I can see are my teacher's eyes. I can't really see my friends' faces, and we have no idea if we are smiling at each other or not. Wearing a mask makes it hard to write on paper. When I look down to write, I can't see the paper very well because the mask is in the way. Don't let anyone put a mask on me and my friends ever again. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
What grade are you in?
First grade.
You're a very good reader.
That was well said.
Yeah, good job, kiddo.
Is there anyone else? who would like to speak? It's a statement.
Good evening. My name is Adriana. I go to the Elgin School. I just wanted to say that the last 2 years of wearing masks has been very hard. I can't breathe normally, and I wish I could see my friend's face. I vote for no more.
Anyone else?
I just wanted to touch on the,
Just come up to the podium, you're good.
Sorry?
Come up to the podium,
Oh.
you're good. Don't forget to state your name for the record.
Doris Ortiz. I just wanted to touch on the topic for the MIAA. I have a son, who's a junior now. He's currently on the high school wrestling team. And he, not only him, we've been to so many tournaments over the last few months. And it just doesn't make any sense. Everybody's got the mask under here. It just makes more sense just to take it off, The matches are being stopped because, it rips off their chin. It's not even on their nose, So I just think they've had such a hard time these last couple of years breathing and just not really being able to breathe and being able to perform how they normally would. At least I can speak for my son, So, in terms of like you said, maybe why can't there be a decision if it's your building? So to say,
So if I could, my guess is, so. Fans,
I get it,
right, fans in the stadium, in the stands, sorry, are in our building. Athletes are competing under the MIAA. So I don't disagree that they should make that move, and they probably will, quite honestly. I think at this point, the tide is kind of going that way.
yeah,
And I don't think anyone's gonna stand in front of it, quite frankly.
Right.
So my guess is it's gonna be made. But understand that's,
yeah,
right, that's the distinction. The distinction is that, and listen, I have said a couple of times this year that I think the MIA has wildly overreached on a couple of different topics,
oh, yeah.
quite frankly. But with respect to how they're gonna run the athletically, it's their ball. And we have to play with their ball. So it's unfortunate. I agree with you, and I have
Yeah.
a number of issues, but that's kind of where we're at. So,
Yeah, and touching on that, if you don't follow the rules and you don't play, that's just
I
like,
know.
there's
Right.
no way to, there's no
Yeah.
other alternate
Yeah.
universe to play sports in. And they've surprised us before, but I can't imagine they're gonna hold out on this. one.
So a couple of different things, if I may. The school committee knows this, families in the room don't. I had a very difficult career with the MIAA as a coach, as a principal, and as a superintendent. I have a lot of issues with them as an organization, specifically around making decisions. Without necessarily throwing others under the bus, this is the scenario that's going to play out. We're going to make an announcement that on the 28th, we don't need to wear masks playing sports. More than likely, that's what we're going to hear. Here's the reason why. It's easy. By then, most of those winter seasons is going to be over.
Right.
Okay, so we always,
They're up.
so instead of saying, okay, we are gonna not allow for 1 week this situation in school classrooms, it's gonna be masking until the 28th, because then we have a break. They could easily say that the decision starts for sports on school vacation week, of which there are competitions and playing that take place. And make it very easy for those athletes to actually be our, I hate to say it, quote, guinea pigs, in terms of letting them do it. I've attended a hockey game, boys basketball game. I have my calendar for next week. I think I have a girls basketball game. And I did sport. I try to do one sport as much as I can every year, go to one game. You're absolutely right. When you look at the wrestling, when you look at the basketball on the coordinates,
Yeah.
it's right here.
Yeah.
Right. And they're going up and down.
Yeah.
I played hockey today in, believe it or not, floor hockey.
I was gonna say.
In a gym class.
I played,
I'm not gonna lie.
Seriously.
yes, I'm 260 pounds and I haven't skated in a while. No, I played floor hockey. We were doing classroom visits throughout our district today and at the middle school. So Dr. O'Neill was with me, Mrs. Cersei was with me, and our building principal, and we go from classroom to classroom. And so the kids were playing hockey, floor hockey in the gym. For many of you who know me, I love hockey. So I had my dress shoes on that I have on now, the suit I have on now, and I have the mask, and I am overweight, not an athlete anymore and all of that. I'm huffing and puffing coming out of there, and I'm telling you right now, it's because of the mask. That's what I felt. So, there's been a lot of goalpost moving during this entire thing, and that's been the hardest thing.
Yeah, so it's just unfortunate that it's like right at the end of like their season.
They could make it very easy and allow for the last,
Yeah.
the last meet, the last couple of games.
Right.
For your playoffs.
Right.
And, well, by the time the playoffs comes, which is after April vacation, we're gonna be playing playoffs without any masks on.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
You're right.
So
easy,
Right.
non-controversial, easy.
one other thought, just thinking out loud while we're talking sports. What would happen with our indoor sports that we don't host in the facility? I mean, hockey's different, but like,
So-
Wheaton doesn't even allow spectators for our indoor.
So
sports,
the
we have-
MIAA's rule for the season has been that you are to, if you're playing off-site, so gymnastics for us, indoor track for us, swim for us, and hockey for us are all played out. The quote rule was that you are to apply the same rule as if you were playing in your home court, in your home facility. I can assure you that did not happen. And where it did happen is going to be in those more significant areas like a college, because it's our kids going on to theirs and they're still following certain rules on their games. Versus hockey game, nobody's wearing a mask. I should say, very few. It's by choice, it's not mandated.
Can I just mention one other thing, that regardless of what your vote is this evening, the quarantine protocols, for students, for staff still remain the same, nothing else has changed. We have a few questions about that tonight as well, so.
Nothing is changing other than the mandate. That is the only thing. In
Thank you.
our buildings, not on buses.
Yes.
Any other comments, questions, these things? No? Okay. If that's the end of the discussion on this.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor, Mrs. Stern,
Yes.
Mrs. Gallagher,
Yes.
Mrs. Cohen,
Yes.
Mr. Sheedy,
Yes.
and Mr. Sabas is a yes as well. That policy is rescinded. Apologies. I'm going to redo that. Okay, sorry. I'm going to redo that because the policy is not rescinded. I would entertain a motion to rescind the current masking policy as of February 28th, 2022.
Second.
So move second. All those in favor, Mrs. Stern,
Yes.
Mrs. Gallagher,
Yes.
Mrs. Cohen,
Yes.
Mr. Sheedy,
Yes.
and Mr. Sabas is a yes. Apologies for that. That does not start until the 28th. I should have kept that. Okay, that is rescinded then as a yes.
Yes. Go ahead.
As
I
of
just have
28.
one more.
And now we'll go on to more of the business.
Yes, just one quick item, if I may, Mr. Chairman, through you to the rest of the committee and the public, the 2022 Department of Elementary and Secondary Education Special Education Determination under Part B of the Individual Disabilities Education Act, IDEA. The purpose of this letter is to notify you that the department, local special education determination under Part B of the individual under IDEA is that Norton Public School District meets the requirements. It's our highest rate, by the way, that we've received. It's based on the 5-year graduation rates for students with disabilities, the annual dropout rate of students with disabilities, the public school monitoring special education compliance data, public resolution system special education compliance data, the performance of special education state performance plan, and annual performance report indicators, and the data and findings of significant disproportionality, providing us Norton Public Schools earning 33 out of 36 possible points on the rubric, or a 91.7%. Congratulations to those involved in all of that under Mr. Cersei's office.
It's very good to hear. I think this district does a lot of things really well, but it seems like with respect to handling the needs of students with special needs, we are exceptional, quite frankly.
We do a really good job, and we continue to grow. As you know, we're up to 22 programs in-house from 9 years ago. We're down from 60 plus kids out of the district to under 35. And we're trying to improve our practice, and you will see a budget recommendation for FY '23 where inclusion in the classroom with adding special ed staff continues to be our goal.
So special kudos to everybody involved in that effort. That's much appreciated.
And as I have one more thing, I think we just need to let the public know that we are going in front of the Conservation Commission this coming Monday. I know it's Valentine's Day, but this is our third time with this committee, talking about the athletic complex. So if anybody is around and could jump on that meeting, it would be appreciated. It starts at 6:30. It's on Zoom. The link to the Zoom meeting is on the town website. We have given a ton of information to this commission. So we really need to kind of move this forward so that we can put shovels in the ground sooner rather than later. So any support that anybody out there can give would be greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Okay,
That's it.
any other comments? No? Okay, our next meeting is going to be Thursday, March 10th. That's a budget
We
meeting.
have a budget, you know.
March 5th is a budget meeting.
March 5th?
Yeah.
Apologies, we have a budget meeting on March 5th, which is open to the public, whenever it shows up, but it is open. And our next regularly scheduled meeting is Thursday, March 10th. If there was no other business, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second,
Second,
all those in favor, Mrs. Stern,
Yes.
Mrs. Gallagher,
Yes.
Mrs. Stone,
yes.
Mr. Sheedy,
Yes.
Mr. Savas is a yes. Thank you for coming, everybody.
Thank you.
Good night.
Today.
Good night, guys.